welcome back to my obsession. This is Anamika here and today I've come up with a requested video from Poonam Vishwas. Hey Poonam, thank you so much for this video request. Actually she asked me for smoky eyes and nude lips, but she did not specify what kind of smoky eyes she would like to see. So I just came up with black smoky eyes and nude lips because it's very easy to recreate. If you have any other requests, then please comment down below. I will love to create it for you. And yes, if you really want to know how I did this look right here, then please keep on watching. So firstly, I'm going with this Lakme Absolute Blur Perfect Makeup Primer on the areas where I have little bit of pores, so I can get a smooth and flawless base. Now as an eyeshadow primer, I'm going with this NYX HD Concealer and applying this with my fingers and blending that really well. Even I have a little bit of breakout, so I'm going with that same concealer on that area and blending again with my finger. Now I'm going with this Maybelline Clear Glow All-in-One on my eyelid area so my concealer does not crease. Now for the highlighter on my eyebrow bone, I'm going with this shimmery shade from Nudes palette from Maybelline and applying that with this brush. Now from the same palette, I'm going with this warm brown shade and applying this on the crease area and blending it really well. And I'm making sure both of my eyes are looking as similar as possible. Now I'm going with this tape method. This really helps your eyeshadow turns out as perfect as possible for the beginners, and this is really perfect for the smoky eyes. Now for creating the base for my eyeshadow, I'm going with this kajal from L'Oreal Kajal Magique and applying this like so. I'm making sure I'm not going on my crease area, and this will definitely create a nice base for my next step. Again, making sure both of my eyes are looking as similar as possible and don't make it messy. It's really not needed. And going back with that same palette, and there is a black eyeshadow. Now I'm patting that with this eyeshadow brush on the eyelid area where I have already created a base with that Kajal Magique. Now I'm going again with that brown shade and applying that on the crease area and blending that really well. This takes little time, but then make sure you're blending this really well because this is the time you're really smoking out your eyeshadow, and this is what is going to turn out your black smoky eyes. So make sure you're taking good time on this and blending it really well. Even I'm taking a fluffier brush just to run on that same area and make sure that my eyeshadow is nice and perfect. Now I'm taking that Kajal Magique again and going with my tied line just to make sure that none of my skin is showing. Now I'm going with this matte liquid liner from NYX and making a wing. This really doesn't shows much, but it really helps the outer V to look more precise and neat. Now for the foundation, I'm going with this Fit Me foundation from Maybelline. This is the matte plus poreless for normal to oily skin. I'm just dotting this with my finger all over my face and blending this with this Real Technique sponge. I'm even applying this on my neck area and blending it really well. Now for filling up my brows, I'm going with that same brown shade from the Nudes palette. I usually use this for my brows and I'm just doing the same thing. Nothing dramatic, I'm just following the shape of my eyebrow. Now for the lip balm, I'm going with this Maybelline Baby Lip Balm just to make sure that my lips are hydrated before the lipstick. Now for highlighting and concealing, I'm going with this NYX HD Concealer and applying this on the forehead, down the bridge of my nose, around my mouth and even on the chin area, and going with the generous amount of coat on the under eye area because it's very important whenever you're going for a heavy eyeshadow look. Otherwise your dark circles might show and it's not gonna look good. So I'm applying this like so and blending this with the Real Techniques makeup sponge. And now for the compact powder, I'm going with this Clear Glow All-in-One from Maybelline and dusting it all over the concealer so it shouldn't smudge or budge. Now for contouring my face, I'm going with this Makeup Revolution Duo Face Sculpt just for that sun-kissed chiseled look. I'm applying this on the forehead, on the temple area, on the hollows of my cheeks and even on the jawline and little bit on the nose area just to sharpen it really well. Going back with Kajal Magique from L'Oreal and applying a very thick eyeliner on the lower lash line, even on the waterline. Again going with that black eyeshadow from Maybelline Nudes palette, applying this on the lower lash line with this angled brush and making sure that my kajal will not smudge and even this will last for hours. Again and again I'm going with that brown shade from Maybelline Nudes palette and applying that with this accent brush underneath that black eyeshadow just to smoke out a little bit. And then for the highlighter I'm going back to that same champagne white color from the Nudes palette itself and applying that on the forehead, down the bridge of my nose, on the cupid's bow, even on the chin area and on the high points of my cheeks. Now for the blusher, I'm going with this earthy brownie tone from this Hot Spice blusher palette from Makeup Revolution and applying this on the apples of my cheeks. Going back to that same palette, there is a shimmer shade and applying this on the high points of my cheeks again just for that glow. Now for the mascara, I am going with this Maybelline Colossal Volume Express mascara. This is one of my favorite mascara and I'm just applying this for 2 to 3 coats, and yes, that's all for my eye look. And now moving on to my lips, going with this Maybelline Color Show Mysterious Mocha and using this with the bullet, and yes, that's all for this look. So guys, this was the look. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and if you did it, please give me a big thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you once again Poonam for subscribing to my channel. And for this video request, if you really like this video, then please do comment down below. And that's all for today. I hope to see you all in my next video. If you really wish to follow me on my social media accounts, it's just in the description box, so just don't forget to check it out. And yeah, that's all for today. I will see you all in my next one. Mwah, love you all. Bye.